see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go? We are forever learning, one step at a time. As long as the world is turning, I'll be by your side. We'll keep the fire burning, I'll never see you hurt. You know I can't explain it in a way of words. We both know that you'll understand, and you'll see if you take my hand, and I'll go out of my own way for you. I'll go out of my own way.
How's it going, everyone? Thank you all so much for joining me here on another live stream. First of all, I would love to apologize. It has been so long since I've created new content for you guys, but as you know, I've been super busy lately working with NoCopyrighTownz on this last update, which I hope you all are really enjoying. I've also been doing some traveling. I'm sure some of you saw my post earlier. I went down to Mexico for a wedding. I also went to a family member's graduation. I've just had a lot going on lately, but anyways, I finally have some time to hang out with all of you guys again. So with that, we are going to be playing the brand new Bloxburg gardening update. Hopefully all of you have checked it out so far. So we are going to go ahead and jump into game now. I'm going to go ahead and load it up and we will get going. I am also going to turn on slow chat for the moderators, because as much as I love you guys, it is really, really hard to keep up with chat at times. I am joining a Bloxburg server now, and we'll go ahead and get things kicked off. Alright. We go ahead and kill off our background music as well. It looks like my friend Azria is on here as well. I'm sure some of you know her. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and start a brand new slot. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of walk through some of the new features. I'll talk to you guys about some of the changes that have been made. Oh, Guess it would help. Gardening update is what we will call this one. Alrighty. So as you guys know, this update definitely took a bit longer than what some of you were probably used to. But that is because there was all kinds of work going on behind the scenes here. So we had obviously all kinds of different objects to make. FroggyHopz also did a really awesome job working on all of the systems that make this take place. We have the flowers you can grow, the different trees, the bushes. We also changed some of the features of the game outside of gardening. So as you guys know, we updated some of the menus. There were some changes with some things that Roblox have been changing as well. One of those being the lighting engine, which I'll talk about a bit more because I know that's kind of been a hot item in the community. But anyways, we'll go ahead and dive into the new stuff here. So this is in the decoration tab. I know some of you guys have probably already watched some of the update videos, but I'm just going to kind of talk about what's what. So obviously we've got a bunch of different plants. As you can see, my gardening is still very low. I have not actually had a chance to really do much gardening on the public game, just more so in the what we call the test server. So working on QA testing before this update was released because it did take a lot. And as you guys saw, there were some bugs that happened upon release. Unfortunately, that's sometimes the case. We can't really catch everything, sadly. But anyways, we'll go through a simple kind of walkthrough of using some of this stuff. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, there are plenty of different planter options. They come in all different shapes, sizes. There's some that go on the walls as well. You can put them under windows. You can use them to decorate really just about anything. We've also got some other decorative objects. This is the wheelbarrow. So a lot of messages have been sent to me. I've been trying to read my DMs ever since the update release, trying to make sure that there's no bugs that we haven't caught yet, or if you guys are having issues and whatnot. So the wheelbarrow, a lot of you have been asking what the use of it is. It is really just a decorative, interactive object. So basically it kind of works like the shopping cart in a way, where you can just kind of push it around. There's not really anything you can put into it. It's just more for decoration and roleplay and whatnot. Looks like we got some friends joining us here. Hello, fam. Hello, hello. Alright, we'll go back into build mode. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Alright, so going back through the new stuff. So with these plants, you can place them both in build mode. So in your typical plot editing like this, you can just place them on the ground, or you can also plant them, which is what I was talking about earlier, actually interacting with these planters. And then we've also got some decorative plants, as well as some different furniture. So this is a workbench. We've got some archways. There's another one as well. There's just a lot of stuff to sort through here. So as you can see, some different things to make the garden pretty. We've got some small decorative artificial items like I mentioned, where these actually don't require watering. They're kind of like the plasticky ones you would get at IKEA or something like that. And then we've also got a few other items that don't really fit into the gardening theme, so to say. We've got some different vases, and some of these you can actually interact with, and I'll show you that here shortly. We've also got some stepping stones, but some of the items that I guess are extra, we'll start at the top. So we've got what is obviously an outlet, but as FroggyHopz calls it, it's an ooflet, because if you look closely, and I don't have a wall to place on, so I'll just kind of hold it here, you can see it actually has the Roblox default face, which is his very well-known noob face that he uses, which I thought was a fun little addition. We've also got some books, and these are just like the typical books that are already in game, but without labels. And then you can, of course, change the colors of those as well. We've got some different carpets, because I know some people were wanting some additional carpet shapes. This is kind of like a hallway runner carpet. You can use it. You can also put them side by side, so you can actually use it to create larger carpets. Did that intentionally, so you can use it to make really whatever you want. Just another kind of tool you can use. Similar to the rectangular one. There's also some mirrors. I'll go ahead and place a wall. So we've got 2 mirrors. We've got the kind of borderless rectangular mirror. Oh, guess it would help if I went to decoration. And then we've also got the bordered one. And NoCopyrighTownz added these just because it's always nice to have some more variety, rather than having to put a bunch of them side by side. Especially for those that don't have the advanced placement pass, so that definitely helps out. And then we've also got some new TVs that Mike made. NoCopyrighTownz also added these radial planters, so you can kind of put these in a circular configuration, like so. So you can see that you can basically make a full circle, you can make a partial circle, whatever else, but also a fun little feature to have. So we'll go ahead and show you guys some of the gardening features now. So like I said, you can interact with planters. You can also do this with the dirt piles. So one of the things that you'll want to be cautious of, though, is the size of the plant that you can fit in here. So you can see how it says not enough space. Different sized planters can fit different objects. So that's one thing that you definitely do want to look out for. So we'll go ahead and just plant some wildflowers. So as you can see, you kind of hold a little shovel here, and then you're putting the seed down in the dirt, you give it some initial water, and then this starts the growing process. So all of the different plants actually have different, I guess, durations to them, so to say. And so each one varies. There's also the option of, once it grows a bit, you can add fertilizer, but that does cause Bloxburg, but that will make it grow full size right away. And so I placed an example of the flowers here. Looks like it's under this player, but I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So you can actually grab flowers that you've grown, and those go into an actual bouquet. So you can see that here. And then once you have those flowers, you can also put them into the vases like so. Oh, apparently my stream is echoing. 1 second, let me see. Let me make sure I don't hear any local echo, but I'll double check. Let me see if I can fix my mic real quick. I don't want to annoy you guys any more than I already do. Let's see here. Hopefully this fixes it. I went ahead and re-added it. So hopefully that fixes it. I don't know why it would be echoing. Hopefully that fixed it. I hope. Let me know if it's still echoing. I tried it again. I've never had it echo before, so that's interesting. There. Hopefully that fixed it. I think I found the cause of the problem. Hopefully. I've kind of wait here. All right. In the meantime, while I wait for it to catch up. Let us see what else we've got. Oh, I know the one thing I was going to go over. So, as some of you probably have already noticed, if you have had a chance to play the update, there's obviously a new color menu. So, one of the reasons this change occurred was it allowed for better color sorting. Now, I know one of the things that a few people have mentioned, and I agree, it's probably going to be a change that takes some getting used to, is actually being able to pick them on one screen, whereas now you have to flip between color and material. So I agree, that's definitely going to be a change. It is an additional click, but I think that this layout as well allows for a much quicker selection. I know before it was a little difficult to actually find the colors you were looking for when they were in the bar up here before. And then you can also put in the color values that you want. And you can see that once you put in all three, that'll actually change it without selecting one down here. So that allows for a little more customization. And then when you look in the materials here, you will notice that they're actually configured in a way where they're sorted by what type of material they are. So you've got kind of your metals and stuff here. You've got your sand and more natural materials. You've got your patterns. You've got your kind of flooring, your roofings. I think it's just a lot easier to actually navigate. And then down here, you've got kind of your tile patterns, your woods, etc. So hopefully that helps you guys out. So next thing that we'll talk about, and I know there's been some frustrations about this, so I'm going to talk a little more in depth about, I guess, where the change came from. You can also see here that Coeptus changed kind of what it looks like while you're placing stuff. So I know one of the biggest things I've received messages and comments about is the new lighting engine. So as you can see, the lights are obviously a lot brighter. So one of the reasons, well, really the reason that this change came about was Roblox has been working on a new lighting engine for the last few years now. And it's referred to by the project name Future is Bright. So essentially what that means is it started during what they call an internal hack week. And this was a new lighting rendering engine that they developed internally and decided to finally publish. So currently we're what's on what they call phase 2. I believe there are 3 of them planned. Oh, apparently it's echoing again. I don't know why it would be echoing. I haven't changed anything from what I typically do. That's really weird. Hopefully it goes away again. But anyway, the Future is Bright lighting engine is actually going to replace the lighting engine that was currently being used in the game. And so what that means is the other one is going away and is now referred to as deprecated, which means that they're going to be removing the feature. And there are some other options, I guess, but this one probably provides the most realistic lighting. So I think the biggest change that comes with this is essentially, as you can see, the more lighting sources that you have, the stronger the intensity is. So the previous lighting engine on the brightness didn't really have a cap, or it did have a cap, sorry. It did have a cap. And with that, no matter how many lights you place, it couldn't go over a certain brightness. Whereas now, when you add them, they essentially compound or add to one another, so it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. People are mentioning the echo again. I'm wondering if it's something to do with my streaming health itself. Looks like it's okay. I'm hoping that it goes away. I don't know why I would be doing that. But anyways, going back to a lighting engine. So one of the biggest changes that I recommend you guys do is try to take down the number of lights and sources that you're using, because that's probably the biggest issue that we're seeing a lot of people having, are they have so many lights. And then the other option is changing the colors as well. So some of the colors, you can see how they affect the shadows and brightness differently. And so you can use kind of some warmer colors that'll accent things a bit more. You can use more cool colors that'll keep some of the lighter kind of tones going. But I suggest that you play around and find colors that you like. I've seen a few others post on social media about some of the colors that they're using. So maybe you can just make all of your lights green. That's probably what I'll just do in all my builds now. I'm trying to think of what other changes we have. I guess one of the other major ones that I'm sure some of you seen, so some of the roofs have been, what I guess you would say, fixed. So with that, you can actually place walls and they will no longer clip through like they used to. I know that was something that frustrated a lot of players. It doesn't work with all of the roofs quite yet. It only works with some of them. But if you go ahead and look, you can see how it actually will go around it. There we go. So you can see how the roof itself actually stops now and no longer goes through the wall. So hopefully that helps you guys out in playing some of just the game and doing some of your builds. Let's see. What else should we go over? I guess I'll just talk about some of the actual plants. So as you guys can see here, there are some trees which actually produce items. There's also a bush and then some carrots as well. So the carrots are up here. So when you garden these, once they're complete, you can actually harvest the foods and you can either store them or you can also sell them. Sorry, trying to read chat as well. Someone said that's because I'm talking through my internal mic. I actually don't have an internal microphone on my computer. This is my same streaming setup as usual, so I'll definitely need to play around with it and figure out if it was just from the actual stream connection or what it was doing that is causing this. Because it looks like some of you are saying it's coming and going. And then we've also got some cacti, but these don't really produce anything. What else? What else? So this is kind of one of the, I guess, novelty items. This is the hedge sculpture, which is, of course, the infamous noob holding the Roblox logo. So once you reach level 8, you can actually plant this, and you can also take it out of planters, put in, whatever else. Let me see if there's a process going. I'm hoping that that fixes it there. some of the other smaller changes. So you can actually see here, I'll turn off the radios. Some of the other changes that were made as well. You can change who can send you invites. So if you want to cut down on notifications, but you still want to be able to teleport to your friends' parties in game, you can do that. And then you can also change who can donate to you. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Oh, everyone's saying that it's fixed now. Oh, some are saying in game that it's still going, others are saying it's fixed. But those of you in game probably have the delay. So well, that kind of shows off the items here. I'll start reading the chat and see if you guys have any questions. And while we're doing that, I'll kind of go around. Oh, I think I finally figured out what is wrong here. Hopefully this fixes it. It looks like for some reason my settings actually got changed here in OBS. I think it was from updating. Oh no. You guys are confusing me. I can't tell if it's actually messing up or not. I'm looking through all my other settings. And we tried deleting this again. How about now? Let's see. Sorry for the silence. I was basically resetting my microphone. And I'll kind of watch the chat and see if that's better for you guys. Although it's really annoying me that it is doing this, because I've never had it do this before. And things haven't been changed. Which is what's really weird about it. Rookie here is saying that some of the garden sprinklers are not watering some of the plants on the outer part of their range. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I will let Coeptus know. Let me see if for some reason, looks like you guys are saying it's still not working correctly. Let's try this. How about that? Is that any better? Say no, it is not better whatsoever if it's still echoing. For those of you asking about updates in the chat, unfortunately, I cannot speak about those. Kitty here is saying that the game got laggy after the new update happened. I would make sure to go into your game options. So you have what we call the local game options here. And then you also have the Roblox options. Oh, apparently the mic is not any better. That is literally so weird. Let me see if my mic... I tried unplugging it and replugging it in. Let me unplug my compressor real quick. Hopefully that's better for you guys. Maybe. Sorry if you guys heard that pop. It was supposed to be muted. OBS is just acting weird in general. Is that any better? Sounds fixed? Hopefully. Yes? No? Yes? Okay, good. Everyone's saying better. Sorry about that. I don't know why it was acting so weird. And I don't know why it's still in just the left ear either. Let's see. Audio. It's showing the mic is set. How about now? Is that any better? Maybe? Both ears? Good. Once again, very sorry about that, fam. I don't know why it would be acting so weird. Hopefully you hear it in both ears now too. I think I reset the setting that should put it in both. Looks like everyone's doing better now. Alrighty. So anyway, now that we've overcome our fun technical difficulties, this is what happens when you don't stream or record for a while. I tried to do a, what would you call it? Like test recording earlier and it seemed fine. So that's what is really confusing. I basically record at the local, so I don't know if it's on YouTube side or if it's in OBS or what it is, but as long as it's good for now, I guess we'll revisit it if the problem comes back up. All right, so what do you guys want to see or know? Someone asked if the new outlets are used for anything. They are not. They're just for decorations here. And yes, I agree. The new lighting is definitely going to take some getting used to in terms of how we build with it, because as someone who builds in the game itself, I don't know why it is echoing again. I didn't even touch anything. Literally touched nothing. That is so weird. I haven't touched anything. That's what's really confusing. I am not even like clicking on anything in there. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, fam. Maybe I should stop the stream and see if it's fixed. Are you guys seeing any visual lag when I run around? Anything? Anything? Maybe? Like, do I look like I'm running around okay to you guys? Someone asked if I create the meshes and models in Studio. So I create the meshes and models in a program called Blender as well as in Roblox Studio. It just kind of depends. Let me see if by turning down my mic, if maybe that fixes it. I'll turn it up on the controller and turn it down in OBS. Maybe it was just peaking too high. No visual lag. That's really weird. Really, really weird. Oh, I sound like a robot again. Let's see here. I might stop the stream and see if maybe streaming over a software encoder rather than hardware fixes it. Oh, you're all saying it's fixed, but I haven't even done anything, so that's extremely strange. Extremely strange. All right. I'm going to put in a car, and I'm going to go around and look at some of the plots on here rather than just kind of stand in here. So we'll see what everyone's doing. We will see what everyone's doing. Let's throw a party, that way everyone has permissions. That way they can get in. Some say echo, some say no echo. All right, let's see what we got here. So this is Mr. Smilesmore. So it looks like they've definitely been using the new gardening stuff. They've got some circular planters out front. So they're saying that this is their farm here. So you can see the circular radius planters. They place a fountain in the middle, some different flowers in them, which I think looks nice. We got some parking out here. Got some display cases inside, so maybe this is like a cafe or some sort of restaurant. Kind of got that barn vibe going with the redwood. And it looks like this is probably going to be their greenhouse out back here, I would assume. So this looks like it's going to be a greenhouse. They've got their long linear planters going. So these are just some of the other styles I didn't really show earlier. They're a little more simple and hopefully give some more variety for you guys. But we will see. Oh. OBS is freaking out now. I don't know what the deal is. Currently it's storming, so maybe the things are having problems. Looks like now the stream is completely dead. Hopefully this is fixed for you guys. I tried a different encoder. I was using a hardware encoder before. And for whatever reason, OBS completely dropped off on me. So we'll see if it comes back properly. For whatever reason, it's not even showing that it's coming back online on YouTube, which I don't understand. Oh, my gardening skill increased here. So hopefully this is working for you guys. Hopefully. Maybe. OBS is having a really bad time.